All right, so we're about 10 days away from that mulligan that we get on game day morning that we were afforded on Thanksgiving Day of our preseason Super Bowl picks. Who did you choose again? I don't recall. And that's not a joke.
I actually picked Buffalo and actually the Cardinals at that. I think that's what I finished up with.
And you stuck with that. You stuck with that at Thanksgiving?
No, I think that's what I switched to at Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Or the last time we went to it.
All right. So what are you thinking 10 days from now?
Well, yeah, 10 days from now. Right now, I'm going to give the Chiefs the advantage in the AFC.
You still are.
If I've got to pick somebody, just believe that they're going to be the most consistent. They're going to be a team that can beat you on both sides. And then they got that guy at quarterback that's been there and done that. I'm going to go there in the AFC side, even though the Titans at home, they get King Henry back. That's going to be a fun matchup because I like the way they're playing. The Bills and the Bengals we talked about on the show both have beaten the Chiefs. So I still think it's wide open, but I'll give the edge there to the Chiefs. And on the other side, I would go Green Bay. I can't remember when we did our redos if anybody picked Green Bay on the NFC side. But they've been the most consistent team. They've had the most consistent quarterback. And they get home field advantage. And so those are three things to me that it's what the playoffs are all about is, can you win different ways? Your quarterback, do you know what you're going to get? And have you shown that you can do it week in and week out? And the Packers have. And so right now, as wide open as both conferences are, I look at this and say, I think the two best teams at this point in time are the Chiefs and the Packers.
And the thing that's really crazy, Kurt, is that there's obviously one guy that's standing in the way of Green Bay. And, I'm talking to you a night after you're calling a game that's the final game at home of a guy who you played in a Super Bowl against, right? Like Big Ben's coming now. He's about to go. You're a Hall of Famer now with a movie in theaters near you about you and Brenda and your whole family's life. And the guy that's standing in the way is a guy who prevented you from winning your second Super Bowl, and he's now 44 years old, and we can't discount him. It's insane. It really is nuts every single time you try to put Tom Brady in perspective. So where do you stand on all that? And I know, again, they're banged up. Antonio Brown, I don't think that's going to leave a lingering mark on them like it did, say, the Raiders when he imploded there. Brady's been through losing Brown before in New England. So I don't know. What do you make of the Bucs right now and everything going on there, Kurt?
I think they're still dangerous. I think their defense has the capabilities of taking over. Watch that game against the Jets last week with Brady, and there was a couple throws in that game that I had to go back and rewind again and just kind of go, dang, really? He made those throws, at this age? And so Godwin's going to hurt. He's a difference maker because he does different things. But get Mike Evans back, the tight ends, and the way that they can play. Ronald Jones, even if, playoff Lenny isn't able to be 100%, I like Ronald Jones. I think he's a really, really good back and should have played more all year long. And then they've got some young receivers that are coming into their own that, that can be some difference makers on the outside. So, I will not discount them one bit in the big moment with that guy behind center and with the team that they have. They've got a lot of really good pieces on that team that I believe can compete with anybody. And so, they've been, knocked down a little bit the last couple weeks. But, I know everybody in the NFC, you can look at a lot of different teams. You're definitely going to know where number 12 is and how they're playing and whether you've got to play them in the playoffs or not because, they're still right up there in my opinion.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.